You guys are gonna be surprised by this one. I think it was a risk. It made it so much better, honestly. Good improvement there. Now, this one might be a little controversial. So good. I'm obsessed. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Nina. It feels darker than usual. Is that better? It's a little better. If you're new here, welcome. So happy to have you. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. As you guys probably know, I've been spending the last 2 weeks learning and teaching all of the vault songs from Red Taylor's version. So if you want to learn any song from Red on guitar, I pretty much have all of them on this playlist up here if you want to check that out. But I figured today we should just talk about the album and just kind of give you my updated rankings since hearing Red Taylor's version for the past 2 weeks now. A couple months ago, I did a ranking video of the original Red album, and I wasn't sure I was gonna do another one once Red Taylor's version came out, but I realized that my ranking has definitely changed from hearing the new version. Some of these changes I don't think I was expecting at all, so I'm really excited to get into those with you guys. If you guys want to see that original video, I have linked it up here and it's linked down below so you can see how my rankings have changed since then. Let's get into it. So let's kind of go over like my ranking system here. So I am ranking them like 1 to 20, 1 through 21 for the original album, but I will be ranking the vault tracks separately because I just feel like since they're new, I'm gonna have some kind of bias towards them. So we're going to rank the vault tracks, but just with each other, not with the whole original album. But first, let's start with the original album. You know, Taylor made some changes here. She like definitely tried some different things. Some changes I'm still not too sure about, but we're just gonna keep listening to it and, you know, see if I get used to them. Also, disclaimer, I love all of these songs. Just because I'm ranking one higher than a different song doesn't mean it's better. These are just my opinions. I obviously love all of these songs, but feel free to share your opinions, your rankings in the comments. I would love to know your opinions on this as well. So coming in at number 21 on my ranking of Red Taylor's version, we have We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Now, this song was actually ranked 5 or 6 slots higher in my original ranking, but I was low-key disappointed by the Taylor's version because the one thing, there's just, honestly, the rest of it's fine and great, but the one thing is when it goes like, it's a little too screechy for me. It's like, when I heard that, I was like, okay. I'm not sure why she changed that part. For a song that is so iconic, I don't know why she would change any, like the integral parts of it. So that's kind of why it's at the bottom for me, because it just didn't like hit the same, but it still is a bop, obviously. And obviously I will be listening to this version and not the stolen version, so I will get used to it. Coming in at number 20 is State of Grace original version. And like I said in my last video, I just really like the acoustic version better, which is probably why State of Grace is just kind of like down there. It was also pretty low on my other ranking video. Obviously her vocals are very clear in this new album, and it's just, I don't know. There are certain notes on this album that she executed so much better on Red Taylor's version. So I will give that to her, and I obviously love the drums and everything in State of Grace. I thought the production was pretty consistent, which is probably why it's just kind of like staying where it's at here. I have a lot of songs to get through. I need to speed this up. Next, we have The Lucky One, which is also just like a song I don't listen to a lot, but sometimes it does get stuck in my head and I will listen to it all the time. And this song also kept pretty close to the original production of the song, which I really liked. There was no real like inflection changes. There might have been a few little note changes here and there, but nothing that's too notable, which is why this song kind of stays in its ranking from the last time. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that one. Next, we have Stay, 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 which I do like the new version better. This song I think was lower on my original ranking, but I really like how you can hear more of the ukulele for sure. She didn't change anything too much, but at the very end, the little laugh where she goes, "That's so fun." Like she changed that part and it was like less just kind of candid and more just like so like, oh, like looking back on the song, oh, that's such a cute song, like, you know. Anyways, that was one of the main changes from this song. But otherwise, yeah, nothing too special that made me want to change my ranking of this song. Now, this one might be a little controversial because this one is taking a huge drop from my first list, and at number what number are we on? At number 17, I am putting I Knew You Were Trouble, which I freaking love this song, but I was like kind of disappointed. I don't know. The original version hits so much more, and especially the bridge. In the original version where she goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, that big part. Whatever. I'm not gonna sing it, but she sounds so much clearer in the original version, and this part, they kind of like muted it and like faded it out or something. I don't even know. Actually, I'm gonna look that up right now. We're just gonna do a side-by-side comparison. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about here. Okay, here's the original here. This part. So clear, right? It's very clear. Let's go to Taylor's version. See, and I don't even mind that the production is slightly different, but this part just really gets me. As soon as the voices come back in, it blocks out the end of that high note, and that's just like the most iconic one, honestly. Like, I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, you couldn't hear the end of the yeah. Anyways, that part kind of was like not my favorite. There's some background vocals that weren't the same. I don't know, it just didn't hit the same. Of course we'll still be listening to this version, but yeah, that's why it kind of dropped in my rankings. Okay, for number 16 here, I have The Last Time featuring Gary LIGHTBODY, and I actually really think this song improved on Taylor's version. The production changed a little bit, but I liked it. It was good, especially when Taylor's voice comes in. Harmonies sound really good. Everything about the new version I really like about this song, but again, there's just songs that are just ranked higher than it just because I liked them more. But I have nothing bad to say about this song. I like the new version of it. Coming in at number 15, I have Sad, Beautiful, Tragic. And I like this song. It's always just kind of been like I need to be in a specific mood to listen to it, especially like if you're driving in a car at night, or just it's a very like traveling type of listening to song. I don't know if that makes sense. But the thing that really got me was the very beginning. In the original version, you can kind of tell it sounds like a train, but like only if you knew that. But it's very obvious in the new version, which I really liked. It's like literally sounds like a train crossing thing. I don't know. Anyways, I thought that was a good touch. Yes. Yes. Again, her voice is just so clear, and in this song, just so soft. So yeah. Next we have Starlight, and again, this song sounds very similar to the original version, which I think most of the songs she kept the same. I needed them to stay the same, but also some of the changes she made me like the song better. I would say some of the songs, not all of them obviously, but yeah. This is another song I really like to dance to, and I'm glad that the production didn't change that much and it's still a bop, and also her voice sounds very good in this song, so this one gets a level up for me. Next we have Ronan, and I didn't originally rank this song because I kind of considered it a little bit of a vault track, but it is on the like main part of the album. But this song is so sad, you can't really rank it. It's so sad, and she did a really good job redoing it, and like there's a little part where she adds like a deep breath that is just so sad. But this song has the ability to make me cry every time I listen to it. So I don't listen to it that often. Nothing else to add. I think it sounds even better than the version she put out before. And the video was really cute. Yeah, and I'm glad she owns that one now, for sure. Next we have 22, which I almost identically ranked this in this slot last time. But again, I think this song is such a bop, but I will say I like the original version just a little better than the Taylor's version, because there are some things she changed. In the ending, you know, after she like sings the bridge, there's a bunch of different background vocals, like where it's like, yeah, dance tonight, or whatever. Some of them she changed a little bit too much from the original. But honestly, her voice sounds good though. Like her voice sounds good. I will say when I heard the snippet on Instagram or something, when they like leaked the snippet of 22, I was a little concerned because I was like, oh, this doesn't sound like the original. But me and my friends decided, okay, it's better than we thought it was going to be. There's just a few things that are just a little bit off, but otherwise, I'm still gonna listen to this version. So yeah. You guys are gonna be surprised by this one because this one was like last on the list in my first video, but coming in at number 11, we have Girl at Home. This song was the biggest change out of all of the original songs because she completely changed the production of it, and I think it was a risk, but it made it so much better. Honestly, I like this version so much better. I will definitely be dancing to this song now because I think it was always supposed to have a more pop production, but the record label kind of made her make it more, I don't know, like acoustic-y guitars and stuff like that, less pop. We were like joking, we're like, this sounds like Girl in the Club, not Girl at Home. Like, it goes real hard and I love it, honestly. I will voluntarily listen to this song, and I used to never listen to this song at all. You know, it's a lot when it's above like 22, like all of those songs. I really like the new Girl at Home. Let me know down below if you like the original Girl at Home or this version better, because I think this version is so much better. Coming in at number 10, we have Begin Again. For Begin Again, she kept the production pretty much the same. I didn't hear a huge difference in the production. She added more harmonies, which is nice. I think a lot of these songs she added more harmonies, and I think it improved it a lot. But this is already one of my favorite songs from Red, so yeah, it did drop a little bit in my standings, but it's only because certain songs moved their way up, you know what I mean? Anyways, so moving on, I have Treacherous, and I just love this song so much. One subtle change that I really liked was when she says the word quicksand. In the first one, she just says quicksand. And in the Taylor's version now, she says quicksand. And it kind of like echoes out, which is a really nice touch on the vocals there. And there's a few other things like that in this song. And the other thing I looked for in this song was the second chorus slash bridge where it goes, to headlights shine. I hoped that would stay the same, and it did, and it still went just as hard as the first time. You know, when I was listening to the album, I had certain things I was looking for. I'm like, okay, how is this gonna sound in the new version? This specific line, I wonder if she's gonna change it. Like, there's certain songs that I like hyper focused in for certain parts, and I'm like, okay, good, we can move on now. And that would usually be like all of the bridges, of course, like the laugh at the end of Stay, 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 the talking and We're Never Ever Getting Back Together. Just there's the little things for each song that made them like what it is. I like hyper focused and made sure that I was listening for the changes here. But that was one of them. So yeah, Treacherous is at number, what number are we at? Treacherous is at number 9. Moving up, number 8, I have State of Grace Acoustic, which I told you guys, I like this version a lot better because I like how you can like hear the words better, and it's like focusing on the words and the lyrics. And for this song, my thing to listen to was the line that says, you were never a saint and I loved in shades of wrong. We learned to live with the pain, mosaic broken hearts. I like listened intently for that line. She nailed it. Her vocals sound really crisp in this one. Yeah, and I think that's all I have to say about it. Okay, coming in at number 7, I have Everything Has Changed featuring Ed, and I think they made a ton of improvements on this song. Even Ed, I think Ed changed the most, to be honest. Especially the beginning. Of course, I was listening for the beginning if it was a little bit different, and it was. Are we good to go? Da-da-da, whatever. They found some new harmonies that sounded so good. And SHEERAN, though, sounds a little bit less British in his verse, which people are like, what the heck, Ed? Maybe he was trying to do it without an accent. I don't know. I kind of liked the accent, though. And then in the bridge, he goes hard with this harmony. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here. Okay, this part right here. It sounds so good. And then this next part where Taylor says, I just wanna know you better. She sings that part so much better because I remember in the original, there's always this part in the song that I'm like, oh, Taylor, you couldn't have resolved that note a little bit better. But it's like, know you, know you. And she did this weird thing at the end of that in the first version, but she fixed it in this version, which I'm so happy about. Anyways, I think they did a really, really good job of redoing this song. So good. Coming in at number 6, we have The Moment I Knew. This song hits different now that we have the 10-minute version of All Too Well, truly, because now we know the, like, confirmed, you know, the 21st birthday party here. Lots of parallels between that second bridge of All Too Well and this song. Her voice is so much clearer. I keep saying that, but her voice sounds so much crisper. I don't know if that makes sense, especially in this song, because I feel like in the original version it seemed a little, her voice sounded really young, and now that it's more mature, I think it makes it better. I don't know. I don't know about these deluxe songs. They should have been on the real album. But honestly though, here we are with 30 songs. So there's 30 songs that should have been on this album, but I digress. Now coming in at number 5, we have Holy Ground, which I just love this song in general. Like, this is just always gonna be at the top of the list for me. I think I like the original just slightly better. Just a little bit though. But I do like how she kept the production the same. It still has the same energy, especially the bridge, which is my favorite part. If you guys want to see my reaction to all of these firsthand, I have a reaction video. You can see that I just like am screaming for like 30 minutes straight. But as long as I can still dance to this song, it's always gonna be up there for me. Vocals improved. That's pretty much it. I have this song. This is getting like a little bit redundant, but still. Most of these songs sound really similar to the originals, but the ones she did change really changed. And this is where my list is gonna get a little bit different. My top 3 are very different. Actually, no. My top 4 are different. I wouldn't say my top 2 are pretty much the same. But anyways, we'll get there. So at number 4, we have Red, and I ranked Red a little bit lower on my other list. Red I actually ranked at number 10, and it's moved its way up to number 4 because I think this song was improved a lot, and her voice sounds so much better than the original version. That part where it goes into the bridge is so good because she has these harmonies that make it sound so good. I still see it all in my head. She's got a harmony in there. It sounds so good. And all of the high notes / I don't know, everything sounds so good. Like, it just sounds overall so much better than the original version. Yes, title track Red gets to move up the list significantly. Moving up to number 3, this one moved up significantly as well. This song was at number 9, and now it's at number 3, and that is I Almost Do. I've always liked the idea of this song and the secret message and how it's like, I wrote this instead of calling, but I feel like her voice was a little bit underdeveloped, I will say, in 2012, and now she sings this song so much better, especially in the chorus where it's like, I just want to tell you. It's just a little bit screechy. I don't even know how to explain this. Just in the original version where she goes like, and I wish I could run you, it just doesn't sound as good as it sounds now. I don't know how to explain that. Just listen to them side by side. Vocals definitely improved this song. I don't know why, it just hits different now. One little note change that I thought was so good was when she's in the bridge and she goes, we made quite a mess, babe. It's probably better off this way. Like, that sounds so good. Good improvement there. And then she goes, in my dreams you're touching my face. Like, yeah. Emotion is there. Overall, all the changes made were positive, improvements were made, it moves up the list. Now, returning to the top 2 here, you know, if All Too Well 10-minute version was in this, it would be number 1, for sure, like hands down. But okay, for this top 2, I was thinking about it a lot actually, and I've listened to both of these songs all the way through again, and I think I'm going to stay with my original ranking for a couple reasons. So at number 2, I had All Too Well, and I know that's like, that is so risky to say in this fandom that All Too Well isn't the number 1 song on this album, which, I mean, it's up to everybody's like opinion, but like, we'll get to number 1 in a minute. But I think she did a really, really amazing job on All Too Well 5-minute version. Everybody kind of forgot about the 5-minute version after the 10-minute version came out. I was looking for the bridge, obviously, and seeing if, you know, she changed anything about it. I think with her more mature voice, she's able to, I mean, she's basically screaming this bridge. It sounds like it's taking her less effort to get to there, if that makes sense. Like, I think over the years she had a lot of practice singing this bridge live, and I think that really has helped her in recording the new version of it because she can hit those notes with ease now, and it sounds really clear, really good. Yes, all too well, our Swiftie anthem, everything amazing. But I do have at number 1 Come Back Be Here because personally I just listen to this song more, and I don't know what it is about this song, but I'm obsessed. And I do think she made improvements on it from the original version. There's a couple subtle note changes in this song, but the one that's most notable is in the bridge where she goes, but you're in London. So it's a little bit different because in the original she goes, you're in London and I break down. It's just a little bit different, but I do like the new version better. Her voice sounds so much better in the new version, especially after the bridge, which you're not around. This is when the feeling sinks in. I'm not singing this good right now, but I think her voice sounds a lot better. So, okay, anyways, this is my original album ranking. I know this probably took a long time. I've been talking forever. Now we're going to go on to the vault songs, which I'm very curious to know your guys' vault songs ranking, so tell me down below your ranking of the vault songs. But this, I've been kind of like switching my rankings for the past 2 weeks because the more I listen to them, it changes a little bit. So at number 9, I have Babe, and obviously like this is a re-record and a vault song, but it's also, we already know this song from when Sugarland did it, and Taylor Swift was featured on it, and I think I really like the Sugarland version because of the other voices in the song. I really like the harmonies that they have. Not to say I don't like Taylor's version, but I do think I like the more country vibe. I kind of like Sugarland's version a little bit more. At number 8, we have Run, and I love Ed. I do wonder if this song had made it on the album and not Everything Has Changed, if my opinion would be different. But this one's at number 8. I really like it. The harmonies are really good, but it just kind of like stays at a steady level for the whole song, which is good, and it's really cute, reliable, you know. Anything with Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran is going to be good, so it's not on repeat, but I do like it a lot. At number 7, we have Nothing New. I really like this song, but it's not a song I can listen to on repeat. I'm sure a lot of people do because this song is one of the more popular vault songs, probably because we're all in our 20s and depressed. But I do love the sound of their voices together. The lyrics hit super hard, of course. I mean, when did I go from growing up to breaking down? Taylor, did you have to do that? I don't know. I like the idea behind it. Everything about it is super relatable, but it is a little depressing. Number 6, I have The Very First Night, which is so fun. Such a fun song to dance to. Definitely one I've been listening to in the car, just jamming out. I like playing this one on guitar. It's just a really fun song. Totally could have been on 1989 or something like that. Super catchy. This song gets stuck in my head a lot, and I think this and Message in a Bottle are kind of on the same wavelength of genre, and they both could have been on 1989. Super bop, could have been a single from the album, you know. So yeah, it's a number 6. And then at number 5, I have I Bet You Think About Me. Super yeehaw Taylor. I wasn't too sure about this song the first time I heard it, but the more I started listening to it, it's such like a country vibe. I don't know. I like country music, so if you're not into country music, you probably don't like this song as much as the other songs, but I like the idea behind it. It's very like sassy, in your face. I love the outro. It's so good where it's like, she's insane, she wrote a song about me. Like, it's so sassy. The music video is so funny. It's a really funny song, and yeah, I like it a lot. Number 4, I have Better Man, and I hate to say that I probably won't be listening to Little Big Town's version anymore because I'm just obsessed with Taylor Swift's version of it. And if you guys didn't know, the Taylor Swift's demo for Better Man got leaked on TikTok like a month before the album came out, and so I downloaded it and I still have it now on my phone, but I was curious to see if she was gonna keep it similar to the demo or more close to the Little Big Town version, and it's kind of a combination of both, which is, you know, cool. And I really like the way she does the bridge in this song where it's like, I hold on to this pride because, like, I just think that part is so good. I actually saw her sing this live at the Rep Tour as a surprise song in Nashville, and ever since then I've just been praying for a recorded version from Taylor Swift. haven't. It's beautiful. Yeah, so number 4. At number 3, I'm actually surprised that I moved this song up in my rankings over the past couple weeks, but I have Forever Winter. It's a song that sounds upbeat, but it's actually super sad and depressing. It's about, you know, the narrator trying to help her friend who's like super unwell. But I've noticed the song gets stuck in my head and I really like the verses. And my favorite line of the whole song is, "He spends most of his flights getting pulled down by gravity." I just love that. So good. It just rolls off the tongue. I love the bridge. I like this song. It's super sad, but it's like a little more upbeat sad, so it's kind of a bop. Wasn't expecting myself to like that song so much. Okay, so now I got number 1 and 2. This one is really tough because I've got Message in a Bottle and All Too Well 10-minute version. And I feel like I need to go with longevity here because obviously when I heard Message in a Bottle for the first time, I was like on cloud 9. I freaking love that song. It's a class A bop. Really hope she performs it on tour because it's just like, oh my god, every time I hear it my serotonin goes through the roof. But I'm gonna have to put that at number 2. I have to, even though I'm obsessed with it and it has been number 1 on my list for like, you know, the first 2 weeks. But I think All Too Well 10-minute version is gonna have a longer longevity with me because it's just like, I'm still in shock that we have the 10-minute version of All Too Well, because if you had told me this like back in 2016, I would not believe you. We thought this was a joke. It was never gonna happen. We just bullied Taylor Swift into releasing it and she did it and we were like, oh my god, I can't believe you did it. But like, we literally asked for it, guys. We literally did. I could talk about the 10-minute version of All Too Well for hours. I honestly might do a lyric breakdown. I really want to. So comment down below if you also want that. I'll probably still do it even if you don't want it. 10-minute All Too Well has to top both lists for me, especially the second half of the bridge, the new part of the bridge where it's like, all's well that ends well. So good. Dear, you had me, who was she? I can't wait for her to play this on tour, if she's ever gonna tour soon. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for it even, but anyways, this was a long video of just me talking about this album, but honestly, I love this album even more than before. I still think that Speak Now might be my favorite album, but because of this new Red Taylor's version, it's definitely probably my number 2 now, so yeah. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below your rankings. I would love to talk to you guys in the comments about this. Also, let me know what other kind of videos you want me to do. I've been pumping out these guitar tutorials, so it was nice today to just sit down, talk to you guys, drink my chai. Like I've said, I'm doing Vlogmas this year, so if you want more content in the month of December, go ahead and subscribe. I'll link it down below. And if you guys aren't subscribed to this channel already, do that because I post every Tuesday and Friday, guitar tutorials, Taylor Swift content, you know, whatever. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.